Welcome back. I'm sat outside this morning. I've been strimming actually. I'm up on my little bit of land up here. I've been strimming. It's quite wild out there, but we like it like that. We leave it for nature and for the birds. So a lot of the seed heads that I've left this morning, as I've been doing a little bit strimming, I'm just strimming around the pathway so at least we can get in and out and down there. I thought I'm going to sit down now and do a little painting, but I'll just show you first before I sit down to start painting what I've been doing, if you can see it. Just been strimming around there. Now I'm going to sit down and just do a little bit of painting. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Drop my little pot with water in. Never mind, because I've got these brushes I carry around with me in my little, I think I've shown you this before. This is my travelling kit. I travel very light and very small. It's my little small set of paint that goes in there. I've shown you these probably lots of times. That's my palette. Just a little watercolour set. Sorry about the noise coming from the tractors. Are extremely busy here this morning. As you can see from over there that I just showed you, it's just farmland. We're right on the coast, but on the edge, going into the farmland. It's very rural up here. I love it. That's it. I've got this, I don't know what you call them, but it's a water brush. I suppose it's just a water brush, which I love. I've got 3 of them actually, different types. This one I like a lot because it's got a very nice point, so I can literally just put down some colour with that pointed bit and then squeeze it like that. Can you see the water dripping through? And the water drips through. It's marvellous. It doesn't come through unless I squeeze it, so it's really good. It's really a good little. I'm glad I found these pens. Now what I'm going to do is just add some colour. When I say colour, it's a lot of lovely greens that I can see this morning. Lots of green. I'll show you again in a minute, but what I'm trying to do is just put some colour to. I'll show you. I'll just turn this around to show you. I'm literally doing splodges of colour that I can see in the distance over there. And they're all greens, they're beautiful greens. And it's very good for me to learn my colour, or go back to learning about mixing colour, I should say, because there's so many beautiful greens and they're all different shades. For instance, I love putting Prussian blue with that lovely sage green, and I can pop that in the distance. I'm going to turn it around, I'll show you in a minute. So it's a bit splodgy. Oh, little Robin's just come down. Bless him, he's just come down because I've been strimming. I've obviously turned up some worms for him. He's gone now. I did try feeding the birds up here, but I thought actually it's wrong because they've got an awful lot to eat. There's loads of seed heads, etc. I'm going to show you again what I'm doing, just to remind you that in the distance. It's quite overcast today. Not a nice day, but it will brighten up apparently later on. So I've got to be careful now, because if I turn this round, there's quite a lot of water on this. I don't want it to do. I'm just going to dab it, because otherwise it will run everywhere. Just to dab the surplus off. So you can see I've put some blue in the background there, just to darken, because there's some lovely trees up the top there and they're quite dark, so that's what I've just put in there. Also in the distance there's a wind powered, what do you call them, wind powered electricity thing. I forgot the name of them. I should know. I forgot the name of them. Anyway, there's one of those whirly things that saves electricity, or it's powered by the wind to get electricity. That's what I'm trying to say. Then that goes down to the national grid, I believe. I don't know. I don't know much about it. I should do, because it's right opposite. Perhaps I should look it up, and I'll know what I'm talking about in the future. I'm just going to pop some more detail in the background there. Then in the foreground, I've got these lovely stripes. That's created by, I think it's maize they're growing over there. By the way, I think I've told you before, it's an intense farm over there. I think Arla pays them for their milk. It's intense, which I don't agree with. But of course, you know, we don't, if you check it out, it does come in at a very cheap rate. And that's what everybody wants these days, is cheap rate of milk, I guess. And when you're in the supermarket, I am aware of it, only because I live opposite. Well, I don't live here, but because opposite here, it's intense farming. I think what I don't like mostly is the fact that with intense farming, from what I know, the cows never go out. They never go out. I don't even think they're milked by hand. I think it's all machinery. It's a farm. It's farm, what's the word? It's like a manufacture of animals just because we want cheap milk. I don't know how we ever got to this stage. Anyway, I don't want to go on too much about that. It's not my place to go on about it, because they are our neighbours. The reason I like painting up here mostly is because it's just so damn peaceful, and I love it. I love painting on the beach as well as painting the countryside. But today is not a beach day. When it is, I do take my sketchbook down. And mostly it's quite peaceful down there on the beach. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe it's a bit too faint, but I did start sketching when I was down on the beach last, and I hope to put some colour into it. There's a boat, some people just all stood around, and that's what I like doing when I'm on the beach. I do like sketching people. I like the figures of people, the shapes rather, not the figures. I like the shapes of people stood down by the coast, by the water edge. So I often do little sketches of them. Then when I get home, I can put some colour to it. That's probably the next thing I'm going to do. But just because I'm down here today, well, this morning, just doing some work, I'll show you where I've got to. Do you see these lines here? This is to remind me that that's the lines created by the maize that are growing down there. And then in front here I'll be putting some trees along this bit here. Making a mess now. This is my brush, just to remind me there's some trees there. Okay, I think I've painted this. I mean, I'll just have a look in my sketchbook, see if I've painted this scene before. Maybe not in this sketchbook, I don't know. Let's have a look. What's that one? Oh, that's a lovely scene. That's a scene from my bedroom window, 5 miles away where I live. There's these little ponies up in the field, and I'm always trying to capture them, only because I just love horses. Got many birds. Lots of birds. I'm not sure if that... No, that doesn't look like that scene. No, it's not. No. It's not the scene. No. What's that one? Oh. This is the scene right in front. There's the windmill that I was talking about. There's the farm. And there's Roderick's van. When he came to dig out the pond, I sat up here when he was digging the pond out. I was amazed by what he was doing down there. That's a pen and ink, mostly watercolour, and then I've gone around it with fine liner pen. That's something I love doing. I do that a lot. And I might have shown you that before, but there we are. So that is that scene. Obviously it looks so different to what I'm doing at the moment. Of course it does, because mostly this I just started, and I'm just trying to get the colour scheme going rather than painting what I see in front of me. It's more about colour shading, colour, trying to match those greens down there, and shapes as well, I suppose. But maybe when I show you this again, I might have put more detail, might have even added some pen to it, fine liner pen. Oh, that's one I did start here. It's a butterfly with a bit of a wobbly tail there. But the finished painting, I think I straightened it up a bit. So that was looking at the view right in front of me with the wild flowers going on and the butterfly, the common brown. It's a common UK butterfly, I think it's common brown. Landed on, I don't think it's cow parsley, but it's very like cow parsley. And that's something I love doing, and I often put it in the foreground of any paintings that I've got of landscapes. Landscapes, I love painting landscapes. They're ever changing colour. You know, it's a nice thing to concentrate on and do. Anyway, I think I've been blabbing on quite a long time now. I think what I'll do is end it now before I get carried away and just sit here for a bit before I go home. But thank you for watching, and if you like my video, please subscribe. It's totally free, and I'll see you next time. I try and put up a video at least once every couple of weeks, but this one I'll put up for you, and hopefully you'll be able to sit outside and maybe do some sketching too. Hopefully I'll inspire you to get a little sketchbook. This is tiny, it's only, is it an A5 I think, or an A6? Don't know if it's a Sea Bright. It's got nice paper. The paper's quite thick. I get it from a little local art supply shop down here in the town. This is one of my favourite ones though, the size and everything, because I can do so much in this. And at a later date I can take that home and do a painting from it, which I have done actually a bit bigger at home. So anyway, I'm blabbing on again. I'll let you go. Thank you for keeping me company and watching this video. I'll see you soon, probably next week. Thank you and goodbye.